I'm Marleigh,
I'm Tess.
and welcome to Book Emporium, a Russian car accident for your ears.
We are here today to do one of Marleigh's books. Marleigh's read something. Every week, we summarize smutty books to each other that one of us has read and the other one has not. And this week, I'm going in blind.
Yes, I am very excited this week to take you on a journey to space, baby.
Oh, we're doing aliens. What?
We got alien romance in the house.
I love alien romances as a genre. It's so broad. There's so much that authors can do with world building, with politics, with extreme, strange genitalia. What is there not to love?
There really is. And on today's episode, I will be covering a book called Choosing Theo, the Clecanian book series, Book 1 by Victoria Aveline.
Ooh, I've never heard of it.
Yes, I'm 5 books deep as of writing
Oh
this.
my God.
Because these books are addictive, and by the time this comes out, I will probably be done with the entire series and left longing for more.
Do you think that's the end of this series? Or is this a never-ending story?
You know what? That's a good question. I haven't actually looked it up to find out if there's more books coming out, but there are a lot of characters. So she could end it where it's ended. She could continue it. The world is Victoria's oyster.
Okay, let's dive right in then.
Choosing Theo is an alien romance wherein our heroine, Jade, is abducted and brought to the planet of the Clecanians, a race of sexy aliens where the men outnumber the women 20-1.
We're starting off with a bang. Oh my gosh. I love a good population crisis.
Yes, we do. Jade is expected to choose a husband out of a group of eligible males and decides to pick the rough and battle-scarred Theo to everyone's surprise. Theo, a mercenary, is convinced she's a spy sent by his enemies, but the two have undeniable chemistry that they find themselves unable to fight, all while they try and figure out why and how Jade was taken.
Great.
Content index: kidnapping, attempted sexual assault, and explicit sexual content, as per usual. For a full list of content information, please see the author's website. This episode, as all of our episodes do, will contain spoilers for this book. So if you haven't read it and you don't want it spoiled, go back and read it and then come back and listen. If you've read it, then strap in and get ready for me to tell it back to you and tell it to Tess for the first time.
It's always fun to see if people enjoy more being on the blindsided by literature section or the I know something you don't know category.
Yeah, there was an honest trailer for Game of Thrones back in the day where they were talking about the show and they were saying it's got people who watch the show desperate to know what happens next and the people who read the books all smug about it because they already know.
This is the real reason why we read books, is so we can be smug.
I was one of those smug bastards, and I loved it. All right, we begin with Jade, our main female character, awake at 2 o'clock in the morning because she has a hard time sleeping. Relatable. She works as a landscape designer, and she's thinking about her early morning meeting that she's going to have to attend, even though she's been up all night, when she sees a flash of lightning outside. But it isn't lightning. It's aliens. Specifically, it is a giant lizard man who breaks down Jade's door and sprays her in the face with some kind of mist that knocks her unconscious.
Okay, so right off the bat, giant lizard man. Great. Is he a sexy giant lizard man, or we don't like these guys?
No, he's a bad guy.
The life lesson here is don't open your door for anyone.
Just lock the world out.
Exactly. There's a message here. I'm not sure that that's the one, but I am a misanthrope and I hate all people. I live in a book fantasy world because I only let about 4 humans enter my house. One of them is Marleigh.
Yes, and as an extrovert, I collect introverts like Pokemon.
And then all of a sudden, it's Marleigh with a flock of sort of emo people at a party.
My favorite. Like, guys, talk to each other. And they're like, no.
We'll talk to you.
Okay, I love attention. When Jade comes to, she realizes she's on a spaceship. The lizards mostly ignore her other than to threaten her with tube feeding when she goes on a hunger strike against the green jello they keep serving her.
I would go on a hunger strike over green jello. I had my tonsils out and I went on a liquid diet, because you have to, for 2 weeks. And by day, I don't know, 2, 3, very short period of time, I was having active hallucinatory level dreams about pita bread, which is something that I never thought would happen. And I was asking myself insane questions like, can I eat the center of a ravioli if I cut off the edges? Are the edges what's too hard about ravioli?
No.
It was brutal. If I was
that
only
sounds
given
awful.
liquid or jello, let alone one type, yeah, I'd be fucking done instantly.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that she mentions, and a week passes by that she's on this spaceship, and she's unbearably bored because she's just being kept in this one room that has a glass wall that she can't get through. And she gets to watch the lizards walk by. She's not interacting with any other of what we assume are many prisoners on this ship because there's no way that they just took her, right?
Yeah, you're going stir crazy, and I'm assuming she cannot communicate in any way, shape, or form with these aliens.
She can't understand them. They probably, to some extent, understand her because a week passes by and she's awoken by a sharp pain in her ear, inflicted by one of the lizard men who refuses to answer what he did to her and just leaves her in her cell. But we find out pretty soon afterwards that it's actually a translator so that she'll be able to understand some other aliens, just not them, because they don't want her knowing what's going on.
What is the purpose of her kidnapping?
So Jade figures out that they're probably going to sell her to someone, but she has no idea for what purpose they're doing that. Eventually, the lizards make her put on an ugly gray dress and then drag her out of her cell and into an egg-shaped pod. She manages to slip a bottle of that sleep spray that they shot her with off of one of her captors before she's shot off into space.
Oh, shit! I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting medical pod, some kind of weird experiment. No, she's just catapulted out into the black?
Yes.
Holy crap. Why? Why?
I'm assuming that they can't enter the planet's atmosphere without being picked up by somebody, and this operation is illegal as shit. So they're just like, pod, off you go.
Okay, they send her off. She's just hurtling into the unknown. Are there windows in this pod?
She can see what's happening to her. She knows what's going on. Terrifying.
That's worse.
It's horrifying. Yeah, she's not having a good time. So Jade lands in the forest on a planet that is both similar and dissimilar to Earth in a couple of different ways, but the main things that are dissimilar is that it has 2 moons and very unfamiliar foliage. She's never seen the types of leaves and plants that she's around before.
And she's a landscaper, so she would know.
She would definitely know and has knowledge of a lot of botany. So she hears someone approaching and digs around for that sleep spray because she's assuming that this is the person who arranged her kidnapping, right? Smart girl.
Whoever is showing up, you don't want to meet.
Exactly.
I don't care who it is.
Yeah. So she finds it just in the nick of time, sprays it really quickly over her shoulder at the person approaching her pod, hears them collapse, and she just bolts into the woods. She is not waiting around.
Also, very smart on a lot of levels. First being spraying it over her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
She is ready to run.
Yes.
She is facing away from the nozzle. Side note, a ton of people mace themselves because they're not familiar with how to use mace and they spray themselves in the face. I have a very funny story of one of my sorority sisters accidentally macing herself.
No.
And, you know, it happens. It's whatever. But the paramedics that showed up to treat her, what they said to try to calm her down was, "We don't think you'll go blind."
Oh my God.
Which is not the best thing to say to someone who is in a lot of pain and now terrified. So all of the paramedic team had to get retrained on things not to say to people when they mace themselves.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that is horrifying bedside manner. Oh my God.
But this is a thing that happens all of the time. When people are under duress, they don't know which direction they're spraying something. In my friend's case, it was like, watch me spray some mace. It wasn't even actually
Oh, God. Well, at least she wasn't under attack.
No, it was absolutely no one was asking her to do this. I cannot stress that enough. Everybody said, please don't do this. And she said, how far do you think this mace will go? And it went about 2 inches directly in her eyeball.
No! Poor girl. Well, I'm so glad that she didn't go blind. I'm assuming she didn't go blind.
She did not go blind.
Wonderful.
Not even at all. Good for her. Also, good for Jade for being smarter than me.
She's a clever woman, this Jade, yeah. So not only did she manage to steal that sleep spray from a terrifying lizard man, but she used it immediately to protect herself. And again, she doesn't know how long this is going to last. So even if she could identify who this person is, she has no idea what anybody looks like on this planet.
You're not fucking around.
No, absolutely not. She bolts and she runs for a while and eventually in the distance sees a city skyline with really tall spires and debates her options. Whoever abducted her did it out of view of other people. So clearly, as we know by now, the operation was illegal. But how she's going to communicate with any aliens she comes across, even if they're friendly, is completely beyond her. She doesn't know yet that what the alien did to her ear was implanting some kind of translation device. She has no idea what they did.
She's just in pain.
Yes, exactly.
And watched herself hurtle into the atmosphere of a strange planet. She's escaped someone. She's between a whole lot of rocks and a whole lot of hard places.
Right. And understandably, she starts crying when she thinks about her life back on Earth and how nobody but her employer will really notice that she's gone. They'll probably call the cops. What are the cops going to do? She's been abducted by aliens.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. That's so depressing. So she has no family at home. She has nobody
and
waiting for her.
We learn more about her family that she did have throughout the course of the story, but she doesn't have any immediate family left. And you kind of get the sense that that's probably how and why they chose her.
Even if that's not the reason, that's what you would think in that situation.
Right.
You sit there and think, why me? The answer must be because I'm alone.
This is what happens when you're too introverted. You get abducted by aliens.
I mean, we have mixed messaging. If you didn't open the door, maybe different scenario.
To be fair to her, she did not open the door. The alien broke it down.
Oh, okay. Well then.
He didn't knock and go, hey.
He didn't ask permission? Wild. Can't believe that happened.
Would you like to go to another planet?
I think there's a whole group of people who would say yes.
Oh, you want to go to this planet. Don't worry. Jade decides she has no choice but to make her way to the city because she's not going to be able to survive in the wilderness. And one thing that I want to call out here that this author does really well is world building without making it feel like heavy reading, because you get so much detail about the world and the story and everything that you're in through dialogue and through prose that isn't heavy-handed or ham-fisted. It's very, very, very well done.
Oh, I love that. When it's a seamless blend, it always makes the reading more immersive.
Precisely. After walking for 2 days, Jade isn't much closer to the city, and she has to stop to try drinking some water from a stream, even though she doesn't trust it. She would have had enough outdoors training to survive in the woods of South Carolina, but not here because she doesn't know what she can eat without poisoning herself. She's in a really bad state.
Is the landscape staying further away? Is it a mirage? What the hell?
No, she's just really far out there because whoever did this didn't want anybody else to know about it.
It's very deep in the mountains of Appalachia.
She sees a 12-foot spherical object that looks like it might be a vehicle hovering down a close-by road, and she decides to flag it for help. But it doesn't slow down, it doesn't stop, so finally she just gives up and throws the bottle of sleep spray at it to get the occupant's attention, because at least she can hurdle that thing pretty far. It slows to a stop, but shortly after, she just passes out from hunger and exhaustion. Like, she's been out there for 2 days. She's barely had any water. She's had no food. It's amazing that she's still even standing at all.
And before that, she had very little in the way of sustenance or anything keeping her healthy.
Just Jell-O.
Yeah.
Alien Jell-O.
So she's doing great for having such a terrible experience.
Right. Jade wakes up on a couch and is quickly joined by an alien woman who looks human adjacent, if not taller and with larger eyes, and is also stunningly beautiful. She asks if Jade can understand her, and Jade nods yes. But when Jade tries to speak, the woman can't understand what she's saying. Jade this is when she finds out, has that translator installed in her ear by the lizards that makes it so that the woman appears to be speaking English. The woman introduces herself as Maya and asks Jade if she knew that there was life on other planets, to which Jade shakes her head.
I always love the translator science
Mhm.
because in my head, so much of me wonders, is it like a bad dub?
Yes.
Are you watching her lips move and not at all match up to the sounds that are coming out of her face?
The translators are actually pretty sophisticated. They do address that. It makes them look as if they are speaking the language that you speak.
They address that? I literally have never read a book that addressed it, and it is constantly at the forefront of my thought process whenever I read a book with a translator in it. I think to myself, how does no one freak out all the time about a weird time lag between people's lips and their words?
Yeah, and she does address words that don't really translate within the two different languages that they're speaking, and them saying certain things that don't really make sense to the other person and stuff like
Right.
that. So that does come up.
This happens with the best of translations and translators. Even human beings don't get all of the translations of slang from one part of the country to another, let alone one
Very
part
much
of
so.
space to another.
Maya tells her that they're on a planet called Clecania in a city named Tremonta. Maya scans the earpiece and determines that Jade is from Earth, which Maya's never heard of before, and it's likely a Class 4 planet, which means a planet that isn't aware of life on other planets.
Earth might be a terrible gas station that nobody wants to go to.
Earth is ghetto.
I think Earth might be very questionable or in a bad part of town. And I think it's fair, considering the media that we give out about what we would do to aliens if they came here. I don't blame people for not picking up what we're putting down.
Absolutely not. No. We either want to fuck them or murder them or both. It's not.
I
it
feel
wouldn't be
like
fun.
not enough movies have been made about us wanting to fuck them yet.
That's true. It's mostly
We
in
almost
books.
exclusively make the murder movies at this point. So, you
Yeah.
know. Come at me with your District 9 fan fiction, though, guys. I read that book recently.
You read District 9 fan fiction?
No, it's a book. Listen, I'm not going to go into the details. We have episodes to record, girl.
That's true. Put it in a script and describe it to me. Luckily, the language and information about Earth has been documented in the interplanetary archives, but Earth is very far away. And despite their physical similarities to each other, the Clecanians have no idea which foods will be poisonous to humans or if their healing will work on Jade, so Maya has to do some research.
Can I ask, beyond their slightly bigger eyes and extreme beauty, are they the same color?
Yes, in this part of Clecania, they are. There are multiple species on Clecania, though, so there are some aliens that don't look as humanoid, who are like blue and green, and there's a red guy.
Great. I love some interesting colorations. I love some interesting anatomy. You know me. I'm a sucker for real escapist literature.
Only the finest. Jade is taken to a meeting room where she meets the two women who saved her, who found her in the woods, an older man, two other men, one of whom is very young and handsome, and a woman she describes as, quote, ancient, who we learn is the Queen of Tremonta.
Oh, she was taken directly to the queen?
Yes.
Is this a small town, Tremonta?
It's pretty big. It's pretty large, but this is an anomaly. This is the first time that this has happened. So they don't really know what to do about the situation.
I would be stressed if I was immediately being taken to a queen, a president, a ruler.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
I'd be worried about giving the best impression for Earth. This seems like a bad time.
Yeah, Jade isn't really thinking that. She's kind of just focusing on,
she's focused on survival. I'm over here. Your impression.
what do you think of me? Do you like me or do you like me?
Oh God, am I a people pleaser? This is dangerous.
We're finding out things about ourselves and about Jade. The group has had their translators updated so Jade can communicate with them, and she tells them the story of her abduction and the lizards finding her, being on the ship, etc. They explain she'll need to be placed with a resident of the planet for a year to adjust to life on Clecania, and one of the men, named Zorus, offers to take her, but Jade says, "Hail to the no." She asks why they can't just send her home to Earth, the question that all of us are wondering. And the Queen explains that it's against the law to do so because Earth is a Class 4 planet, unaware of intergalactic space travel, and it's illegal for them to find out that it exists.
Oh, no.
So Jade is
They
stuck.
can't just give her a ship.
Nope.
They can't send her back.
Nope.
They can't pot her.
Nope.
Pot her in the Uno reverse.
Oh, God.
So she's stuck there. And ostensibly, the adjustment period person that she's supposed to live with is so that she doesn't eat a bunch of poisonous plants, fuck up everybody's life, become a criminal.
To learn about the culture on the planet, too, because obviously she's not going to know about any of this. She doesn't know how any of the technology works. There's a lot of different reasons. And so they want her to be placed with somebody who can teach her about what Clecania is like. And hopefully she'll want to stay on Clecania. But if she decides not to, there are other planets within the same class of Clecania that she could move to if she desired.
Yeah, she's going to her foster care.
Human foster. The Queen introduces her to the older man named Zekas and says that he can help her choose which Clecanian to shack up with for 3 months. After the few months are up, she will need to remain on Clecania for at least a year before she can decide if she wants to move to another planet, but that planet will not be Earth.
She's just shit out of luck.
Unfortunately. Before Jade can say anything about this, she's left alone with Zekas, everybody else just fucks off, who informs her that she is to become a bride.
Wait, what?
Jade takes this well, and by well, I mean she immediately runs the fuck out of there and tries to escape from the building.
Yeah, no, thank you. I love that he's so excited about it. Congratulations. You get to be a bride now.
Yes. She tries to escape. She punches a guard, but is captured and brought back to Zekas, who tells her she has no choice but to select a husband tomorrow and that she better try and get some rest.
What? So is this a 3-month marriage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
At that point, after 3 months, she can decide if she wants to stay with that person or if she wants to move to a different place on Clecania. But it's a 3-month trial period that she's expected to go through with whoever this person is.
All right. I could do a lot of things for 3 months.
You can endure, and she's not really going to have to endure here. The guard she punched, Nidus, is assigned to babysit her so she doesn't try and escape again. The next day, Jade is with a bunch of Clecanian women in some kind of viewing room, and a series of sexy alien men are paraded before them behind glass that the men can't see through, but the women can.
Oh, we've turned into a peep show immediately.
Yes. All of them are handsome, but none really catch her attention until one dressed kind of like a pirate comes out, and she's like, oh, what's his story?
Peacocking works sometimes.
Absolutely.
If you come out in a funny outfit, we're gonna ask some questions.
Yeah, it's like that girl who, I don't really watch The Bachelor, but there was a girl who dressed up as one of the sharks from the Katy Perry halftime show. And that was her introduction to this guy. And I don't know if she was chosen, but I whoever you are, I love you.
Dude, did you ever watch The Golden Bachelor?
No, but you told me about it.
I watched only the first episode, and I'm a smut princess. I love it. Give me the dirty talk. I was jaw on the floor with how many of the women came out the gate swinging with some of the filthiest jokes. And we're not talking super well thought out stuff. Like, I'm wearing a 6-inch heel because I can take 6 inches.
Oh my God.
Graphic. Hello, nice to meet you. Here is what I would like in my vagina. It was a lot. I wasn't expecting it, and I fell in love. I'm not gonna lie.
10 out of 10. Finally, a man unlike the others comes out and is presented, his body covered in black tribal tattoos, his eyes pale green, and his hair as black as his tattoos. The other women seem aghast at the sight of him, though Jade doesn't understand why, so she finds him devastatingly attractive.
Yeah, we love tattoos.
He's not like other boys. After the man meet show is over, Zekas asks her if any of the men caught her attention, and Jade petulantly says no. He tells her that if she won't choose herself, he'll be forced to choose for her.
That's also a bad choice. Having men choose your man Sounds like a bad time.
Jade thinks this is barbaric, but Zekas explains that the law is the law, and even though situations like hers are extremely rare, of course, they have to follow it. And he tells her the reason for this whole circus, this male selection Rolodex that they have to go through, is that there was a plague about 300 years ago that wiped out a large portion of the female population on Clecania, which is why the men outnumber the women 20-1.
You know, the good old fuck or die. We have to do it for population.
Yeah, their population is dwindling, and so
I have to stare at a sex parade. I'm so sorry.
it's a terrible fate. Back in the day, marriage and courting on Clecania weren't so different from Earth's, but now they have to do things in a way that ensures the most amount of potential children, which means the women sleeping with a lot of men.
Oh, so not only are you looking at a lot of men, you potentially have a lot of partners.
Yeah, because there's trial periods of 3 months that you can be with a husband, and then you can decide whether or not you feel he's worthy of raising children. And then if you decide he is not, you can walk away. You don't have to be with him, and you can choose another husband.
If you decide, all right, this is the one, I'm going to take him home, chip him, and collar him. And, okay, I'm going to have babies with this one. Does that preclude you from ever having another choice? Are there multiple husbands in this world?
Multiple husbands, yeah. The Clecanian women usually get married multiple times and have children with different partners. It's very,
Okay.
very common for them to do that, and for the men to stay home and raise the children while the women go off to produce more children with other people.
It's just traveling circus of multiple little families.
Yeah, it's like that incel thing they talk about, the cock carousel or whatever. Have you heard about this?
I don't know about this.
Oh my God. So I'm
It's
not
the
going
pussy
to...
carousel.
Somebody said on the internet, if they didn't want us riding the cock carousel, they should have named it something that sounded less fun. As I said before, they have to ensure the most amount of potential children, and that there were mates back before the plague as well, but there haven't been any mates documented in 150 years.
So previously there was some unseen or seen way to determine who your person was?
Yeah, you would recognize a mate, and then most of the time, I think depending on the species, but I think it's very common with Clecanians that marks will appear on their hands when they recognize their mate, and their eyes will change color.
Oh, I love soulmate mark stuff.
It's so fun.
It's always fun to be like, oh, he lit up!
Zika says that mates are most likely to produce offspring, but it's a phenomenon that's very hard to study because they haven't been around for so long. And the Clecanians are desperate to continue their species, which is harder because even most children nowadays born are also male. So the problem just keeps persisting.
It's compounding on itself.
Women are worshipped on Clecania for their ability to create life and can choose whichever men they want, spend 3 months with them, and then if he's deemed unworthy, they can move on and get another husband.
Peace out.
Exactly. If the Clecanians were to find another species they were compatible with, such as humans, it would be a huge scientific discovery.
Yeah, because you're doing anything to avoid genetic bottleneck at this point.
Yes. And the thought of this horrifies Jade, but Zekas clarifies that she won't be forced to have any children. But the reason they want her to marry is because male Clecanians are trained to worship their women, and hopefully she'll decide that she wants to stay on the planet if she sees how good life can be for her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we have one export. It's penis. We're really good at growing penis. We have excellent penis crop. Please take some of our extra penis. If you find you like it, you can keep it. You can invite other people to come get some. We could start a trade agreement. There's a whole pyramid scheme here of penis sales.
Jade will not be expected to have sex with the man she marries unless she wants to, and will have her own bedroom and will be doted on by him as is their custom. And if he harms her in any way, he'll likely be put to death.
They're not fucking around.
No, they take it very seriously.
They have so few women. Do they know that she is genetically compatible just because she looked so similar?
Not yet. They aren't certain yet. And Jade had a birth control shot right before she got abducted. So she's like, okay, even if I do have sex with one of these guys, I'm not going to get pregnant because I had birth control.
That's what you assume, but then you meet some super sperm. I know human women who have gotten pregnant on birth control.
This is true.
I'd be slightly worried. We learned from Ice Planet Barbarians that you do need to be worried about getting pregnant from aliens.
Definitely. Single women who don't wish to marry live in a place called the Pearl Temple, which is one of her options if she chooses not to remain married to her husband after that 3-month trial period. Zekas also explains that if more than one woman chooses the same man as a prospect, the man can decide between the women who he wants to marry.
Oh, so the men do get a choice, but only if they're extremely coveted.
Jade decides she's okay with this for now and is taken to another room with the other women to choose 3 to 5 men. That's kind of the range to narrow it down to.
Oh, it really is The Bachelor over here. I'm going to give my roses.
In the secondary location, she meets a woman named Asiva, who updated her translator that she can communicate with Jade as she's part of the Intergalactic Alliance. Jade asks if the iridescent markings that she sees on the very lovely Asiva that she's seen on other Clecanian women are common, and Asiva says it depends on their ancestry and that there are many species of Clecanian living on the planet, all with their own mating rituals. The Rotun men, for example, choose their wives by wrestling them.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
my voice is breaking. I feel like I'm going through puberty. Yes.
Meanwhile, the horned Tivasta males chase the women, and whoever catches them becomes their husband.
Oh my gosh. I already know how there's so many books. I'm already so excited. Do we get to see the mating rituals from the different ones in future books?
There's definitely one that's going to happen. I haven't gotten to that book yet, but based on the abs on the cover, I can tell that it's going to be one of the other Clecanian species.
You can tell from the abs.
They're red.
Marleigh, I love the research you do.
The things I do for science and for this podcast. So the hunk parade is superior, in Jade's opinion, as a husband-choosing method.
Yeah, she's not being fucking chased. Can you imagine if she shows up with one of the other groups and they're, all right, today you're going to be running with the boys. Don't get gored.
Chop, chop.
Whatever.
We find out based on Asiva's compliments that Jade is a fair-skinned, curvy redhead that's very beautiful. We also learn that the current planet they're on wasn't the original Clecania, but was colonized by the Clecanians when their first planet died.
All right, so they're not on their home world either.
Exactly.
This one's just working out really well. Except for the horrible plague that killed a bunch of them.
Asiva offers to get Jade some more clothes and excuses herself before the choosing begins. The men will be holding up numbers that the women can write down if they're interested.
This is The Bachelor plus American Idol. Vote for number 7 now.
Text this number.
How many women are in this choosing?
They haven't specifically stated, but my assumption is around 20 of them, probably. Not a massive amount, but not a minimal amount either. There's not like 3 others there.
Is this just convenient timing for her, or did they do a choosing specifically because she just got there?
It probably happens every 3 months because that's usually about the time that people decide if they're going to stay with that husband, if he's worthy of raising children, or if they're not.
Yeah, slightly inconvenient timing that she showed up one day before the choosing, but also convenient timing. She didn't have to go through a choosing by herself. I'm sure the parade would have come out for her anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Jade writes down the symbols as best she can because they're alien symbols.
Oh, yeah, they're not even numbers she knows.
No. And then
you just have to hope you don't have a stenographer's error.
Yes.
You get the wrong dude.
And then she asks for alcohol, which she's denied because she hasn't been to the doctor yet and they don't know if their alcohol will poison her.
Fair.
She's taken to another room where there's a large, beautiful bath that she wishes she could sink into because on the alien ship, the quote-unquote showers were this cleansing foam that you can use for everything from brushing your teeth to washing your body, but it's not.
The alien ship sucked. Sucked. They have one thing for every aspect of life. One thing to eat, one thing to clean. She's just scrubbing toilets and brushing her teeth with the same foam.
I mean, I don't know if she's scrubbing toilets, but in theory you can. And these types of showers are common on Clecania, so people will use them for convenience, but she's like, nothing beats a bath, and I gotta agree with her. Zekas and Asiva sit down with her to go through her choices. She learns that the sexy pirate is named Theo and is very charming and funny.
Theo? I'm pretty sure that was the working title of this podcast. Marleigh's Instagram handle is now changing to Theo.
Her second choice is a very attractive man that Zekas doesn't like for her because he's known to be extremely vain.
He's too into his own looks.
The final choice, the quote, sexy war god, as she dubbed him, is named Theo. And Zekas and Asiva are baffled that she's interested, as most of the women find his scars unappealing.
The tattoos are scars?
Yep.
They're missing out.
They are. Jade is shocked. They say that he's a great man because she's like, what, is he like a bad person? And they're like, no, he's a good guy. We've known him his whole life. But he won't be prepared for a wife as he usually leaves right after the choosing. And he's never been chosen before.
Oh, sad puppy. He's had to do this parade every single time to not get chosen.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're required by the government to participate.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
You have to put your dick on the auction block every single time. It just makes good sense.
Zekas and Asiva assure her that while he's a good man, might not know how to act around her, but that Jade should take a chance on him.
If you can look past his ugly, ugly scar hot tattoos.
We're with Theo next, who's at home drinking a substance called mott that's something like whiskey and moping. He only goes to the ceremony as a requirement by the law. We also learn that he's a government mercenary with a taste for cushy and beautiful interior design, which his home reflects because he's also rich.
Oh, gotta love a man or an alien with good taste.
Very much so. And most importantly, he has an alien dog named Sibo.
Sweet. Now I'm imagining Sibo and blankets. Can't win a girl's heart faster.
His emo brooding is interrupted by Zekas knocking on his door and announcing that Theo's been chosen. Theo tells him to fuck off, but Zekas reminds him that it's against the law to refuse a bride.
But today's the day, baby.
Meanwhile, Asiva helps Jade read Theo's file and explains that at age 17, all male Clecanians are sent to husbandry school to learn how to be good husbands.
What? This is fabulous.
3 years of education. And Jade asks if they resent this, and Asiva tells her that if they don't wish to dote on their wives, they can choose not to marry again after their first. And the gay ones don't have to fuck women against their will. So if they prefer men, they don't have to participate in this at all.
Lovely. But they get the choice of, do you want to go to husband college? That's for 3 years?
3 years where they're graded on things like cooking and conversation and also judged by their ability to support a wife and child financially.
The test is, honey, how was work today? Oh my gosh, active listening as that's your final exam.
Yes.
Oh, I love this world. I love the world building. I love it so much.
After hearing more about Theo, who's apparently an actual pirate, like he legit has a ship and he goes to different lands for jewels.
This is so technologically advanced, and yet pirates are still a profession.
Jade asks for Theo's scores. He scored a 10 on cooking, an 8 on childcare, a 3 on conversation, and a 1 on appearance.
Oh my gosh. That's so mean to grade on appearance as well. I feel like they know. You don't need to test them on it.
Yeah.
They can't do much to change it.
It's pretty brutal.
But also the 3 on conversation. They're going to be introverts together.
The ideal couple.
They just never talk to each other.
Which, that's how some marriages go. I don't think they're happy ones, but
You never know. There's warm silences. I wouldn't know what those sound like. I've only known the uncomfortable kind. Thank you very much.
Theo's apparently not very patient and sort of gruff, which only makes Jade hornier because who doesn't love a bad boy?
He's got the tattoos. Let's get him a leather jacket.
Let's see where it goes. He also scored a 10 in anatomy and a 10 in sexual proficiency.
I'm sorry. Stop the presses. A 10 in anatomy? Again, seems really mean as a educational institution to score people on things that they can't control.
Well, not his
How-
own anatomy, like his knowledge of
Oh,
anatomy.
shit. I thought it was his own anatomy. He scored a 10 on dong. His knowledge of anatomy, even better. That's actually much, much better than what I was thinking. I thought they were just final exam. Hold on, let me measure it.
Unless I'm misreading it. Could be totally possible, but I'm pretty sure that the implication is his knowledge of anatomy is what he was graded on.
Okay, so it's anatomy and what?
Sexual proficiency.
Jesus, what are they having them do? Fuck a bunch of dolls?
I'm so glad you asked.
Oh, God.
Jade learns they're tested by having sex with volunteers who are blindfolded during the experience so they aren't influenced by the man's appearance.
Oh, I do volunteer work. And I've never been offered this job.
I wish sometimes that this was a video podcast because you should see the way the Tess is laid out right now. It's like she's on a Victorian fainting couch.
I needed to catch my breath. I needed more space for my lungs to expand. When you said volunteers, wow. Wow. What a world. I might be in love with this author.
Yeah.
Fuck the characters. I want to lick that lady's brain.
Amazing. To give her time to think about this, Jade is taken to the doctor who puts her in this magic tube thing that heals her injuries. But she asks to keep the tattoo of a star behind her ear and a couple of her scars. And scars, as we have learned, are considered very unattractive on Clecania. So the doctor is confused by this, but is not going to force her to heal
So
that.
they can heal her scars, but not his.
We'll find out more about that later. But yes.
Duly noted.
The machine also offers laser hair removal and a serum that will make her age more slowly.
Sign me up.
Let's go.
Let's do the laser epilator and some Botox, please. Also, sure.
Once this is done, she asks the doctor if her anatomy is much different than that of Clecanian women's. Turns out female Clecanians have erogenous zones, mostly inside, whereas human women have a clitoris on the outside. That's their pleasure center.
Easy to find.
Very.
You don't have to get an x-ray machine involved.
Jade is finally allowed to take a real bath, and they put a special helmet on her to test which things she might be able to eat on their planet so that her husband will be prepared to cook for her.
Let's strap on a helmet to scan your internal systems to figure out which type of dog food you like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Jade is then taken to the testing area where she hears plenty of moaning from various rooms as testing means sex.
Oh, they're testing the choices?
Yes.
Wow. This is happening very quickly
Mm-hmm.
in the span of just a few hours. She's finding out, yes, you have some similar erogenous zones. Yes, you can eat some food. And also, here's the orgy.
Yes.
Great. All right. Moving right along.
She decides to pass on Theo, our sexy pirate, who's in the process of fucking one of the two other women who chose him.
Also, his job is actual pirate. It was funny when it was for a bit, and then it wasn't. I don't know if I would choose an actual pirate myself.
That's the tough thing, is that Theo travels a lot, and that isn't very appealing to a lot of the women, so even though he's been tested, he hasn't been chosen. His book was great.
Oh, God. Yes. Yes. The pirate life for me.
Yo-ho, yo-ho.
Get on this, dick.
Zekas warns her that Theo likely won't understand her since his translator hasn't been updated yet. She goes into the room where Theo is, and he's blindfolded, as the men all are. And as soon as she enters, he starts taking off his clothes.
He's presenting.
Shocking nobody, he's 6'5" and has a magnum dong.
I mean, one way or another, he passed those anatomy courses. I'm choosing to believe that it's just a dong measuring class.
I guess technically they didn't say one way or the other, unless I missed it in the book, which is also possible, but...
You know, there's some pieces of information that you tell me, and then I just choose to disregard.
You write your own fan fiction.
Yes.
Jade approaches him and tries touching one of the scars on his chest, but he catches her hand, and then he smells her neck and licks it. This turns her on so much, she whimpers and has to leave the room. And then we're with Theo again, where he's annoyed with himself for losing control because he thinks he scared her.
Oh, poor baby. And he was so good in his sexual proficiency class. This is his one opportunity. The anxiety he must have.
It's terrible.
Crushing.
Zekas joins him and takes off his blindfold, informing him that he's been chosen, which Theo is stunned by because he thought he scared her off.
He didn't get past the licking.
Yeah, all he did was lick her. And then she was like, that man is going to be my husband.
Wow. And she had all the opportunity to fuck him while blindfolded.
Yep.
I would be floored if I were chosen with just a little lick.
The downside of this is that Theo immediately assumes she must be some kind of assassin or spy sent by his enemies, because Theo is a mercenary with very low self-esteem.
Oh, no. He's just assuming that she's gonna try to kill him.
He's assuming the worst. He's assuming that she's been sent by his enemies to either spy on him, to try and kill him, and doesn't think that there's a possibility that she chose him just because she was interested in him.
Especially after she ran away from a lick.
Yes.
You need to work on your self-esteem, boy.
He does. And he finally gets to see her for the first time and concludes that she's the most beautiful woman he's ever seen, which will make sussing out her obvious undercover operation way more difficult.
She's a honeypot, for sure, in his eyes.
Yes. They ride towards his home together in one of those silver spheres, which doesn't have any windows, so she can't even look at the landscape. And he stares at her without speaking the entire time.
Oh, good God. He's just not blinking, heavy breathing. Immediately. Wow, I really should have cared more about that 3 in conversational skills.
Yeah. He takes out some of that mott, that liquor, and Jade gets him to fork some of it over. But he still can't understand her, so their conversation is very one-sided, where she's, wow, you stare a lot, and you're very attractive, but this is weird, and you don't understand anything that I'm saying.
At this point, it's probably for the best.
True. They arrive at his home, which Jade describes as made of glass and sort of glowing due to the position of the suns lighting it up. It's also surrounded by an impenetrable-looking forest. He teaches her how to unlock the front door, which he calibrates to recognize her handprint, so he's not trapping her there. She can get in and out. And the interior is made up of a glass dome that faces a beach with black sand and a sunken living room. Again, Theo has excellent interior design taste, and Jade loves it.
I love a sunken living room.
So gorgeous.
At one point, a conversation pit was a staple in houses, and now you have to build them like secret bookcases in the wall. I hate it.
Bring it back. With pantomiming, Jade explains that she's hungry and wants to change out of her dress because it's very sexy but very uncomfortable, as most sexy outfits are. She doesn't have her own clothing yet, so Theo gives her a shirt and pants. And Jade notes that underwear on Clecania is very thick, but there are no bras.
I'm gonna stop to have you further describe very thick.
She doesn't get into too much detail about it, but we do find out that they can smell women's arousal.
Oh!
So
it's like a lead shield that you wear at the dentist, but for your privates.
Yes, exactly.
To try to
it's a chastity belt.
To try to stop people from sniffing out how hot you are down there. Wow. The thoroughness of this world building is really...
It's impressive.
It's everything.
The pants, unfortunately, are too big for her, so she just kind of wears the oversized shirt and walks out. And at the sight of her legs, Theo drops his glass on the kitchen floor.
She's out there wearing the classic t-shirt and underwear combo.
She's straight Porky Pig in it.
It's very enticing. He is not prepared.
He's not ready. And then he picks her up so that she doesn't cut her feet on the glass and sets her on the kitchen island.
He's picking her up chivalrously.
Yes.
All right, to the bedroom we go.
As much as he'd like to, he's not quite there yet. He summons a Roomba vacuum, and she notices his hand is bleeding, and she picks glass out of it, trying to take care of him, and musing on how hot he is and how she'd like to lick his tattoos. To which Theo says, "Is that so?"
No, he got updated.
Surprise!
He got updated in the middle of her porn dialogue.
We're with Theo in the next chapter, and he's kicking himself for revealing he could understand her so fast. He'd planned to try and learn as much as he possibly could before that, but she's just too damn sexy.
If she were a honeypot assassin mercenary person, he would fall for it immediately. At least he knows his failure points.
Very much so. He kind of grinds on her on the countertop, and she's very turned on by this, but he backs off when she pushes him away. And then he accuses her of being a spy. And they argue about her alleged spyhood because Theo can't fathom the idea she chose him because she was attracted to him, because again, he doesn't think highly of his physical appearance. And she rebukes this. He basically is just, okay, fuck you then, grabs her, throws her on her bed, leaves her there, warning her not to try and run away because he'll catch her.
So he's having a temper tantrum and stomping out.
3 in conversation, remember?
Yeah, no joke.
In Jade's point of view, she's annoyed with herself for getting so aroused by him and also perplexed by the fact that he thinks that she's a spy because she literally just got abducted and dropped on this planet. Like, she had no say in any of this.
She's out here catching strays when she was just put on a silver bullet into the atmosphere.
Totally against her will. And she decided she'd also like a word with Zekas and Asiva for not warning her that her new husband is a paranoid psycho.
He's such a good guy. Proceeds to flip out immediately.
The next morning, he makes her breakfast and demands she join him or he'll carry her there. He apologizes for how he behaved last night, but he still believes she's a spy, which Jade points out is pretty dumb of him.
Yeah, he sounds like the Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. He really does.
Come to dinner or else I'll drag you there. Also, you're still a spy. What?
He still says he's going to play along for now and act like a good husband to her, but he will know if she does spy shit. She's like, cool, I'm not going to do spy shit, so sounds like you're not going to have much to do.
I didn't even understand the language 10 seconds ago. Who am I spying for? It's an awful lot of assumptions there, Theo.
Yeah. He decides to go for a run and grabs Sibo from the guest house to join him, believing that Jade wouldn't want Sibo in the main house. He realizes he needs to find another way to get her to crack since she's so convincing as a spy, and decides that he'll start with Sibo.
All right, send in the dog.
Jade explores the house and muses on how she has a habit of pushing people away, thinking on how she ended an entire friendship because her friend canceled a trip that they were supposed to go on together. So she's kind of self-isolating. But for some reason, she can't find the will to shut Theo out no matter how much of a dick he is.
This is speaking a lot. The fact that she's not shutting him out when he's so chaotic, she's really turned on.
Yes.
Like, those wool underwear or whatever the fuck they have on have nothing on this.
She finds a normal bath finally and is daydreaming about using it and is interrupted by Theo, who introduces her to Sibo, assuming that she'll be repulsed by him. By contrast, Jade is stoked and had been planning to adopt a dog back home and is, oh my god, he's so cute. Can he sleep in my room? I love him.
I want him forever. All of the things that theoretically turn people off. The scars, the dogs. I don't know why anybody would be against this.
Yeah.
Are dogs also super ugly in this world?
Well, dogs aren't very common, and Sibo is a mix of different alien species. Theo had no idea that he was going to resemble a pet from Earth.
So he does, in fact, look like an Earth dog. He
does.
Like a Tangela that's running around.
He has a forked tongue, is the main thing, and his eyes are kind of bigger, but he looks very similar to a dog.
Okay, lizard, snake dog.
Yes. Because Theo didn't realize this before, his plan to freak her out is completely shot.
Was he trying to intimidate her with the dog?
He was just trying to make her uncomfortable, like, oh, I'm going to bring this dog in to be in her house, and she's not going to like that. But by contrast, she's, hey, little doggy, I love you.
She's doing baby voices.
Yeah. Furious that his plan didn't work, Theo has to come up with others to see how she reacts, but in the meantime, he brings her a tablet to order clothes. He reveals that he knows her measurements, which makes Jade very uncomfortable because she's plus-sized and Earth is full of judgy, fat-shaming dicks. Plus, Clecanians on this planet all appear to have these very slender, long bodies, and so she feels very out of place among them. Theo remarks that he can't imagine a guy not finding her attractive, and then leaves her alone to shop while kicking himself for failing at making her uncomfortable again.
Well, he actually did it well that time.
Kinda, yeah, but he immediately assured her, you're ridiculously hot. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
You're really, really, really good looking. Anyway, go back to your spy shit.
Whatever, bitch. He thinks it must be an act because she's way too hot to disparage herself, honestly. And he also thinks she's faking her arousal for him.
You gonna just go grab some panties and start sniffing? Gotta make sure if this is real.
Jade orders a year's worth of clothing and then joins him at dinner, where he's prepared a bunch of things for her that her file said that she'd probably like, including an alcoholic beverage that reminds her of Prosecco. So we love the bubbles.
She's got some bubbly. She deserves a good drink.
For real. The food he made is delicious, and he's obviously pleased that she's enjoying it. And he tells her that most Clecanians use a food synthesizer instead of cooking. And she's like, well, why did you cook instead of using that? And the food is more flavorful. And tonight is a special occasion because we'll take our first bath together as husband and wife.
There's got to be a ceremony about something.
Yeah, it's
So,
bullshit that he made up.
bath?
100%.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Even better. Today is our first bath as husband and wife. That's fucking excellent.
Jade replies that under no circumstances will she be doing that, and he asks her how she plans to stop him.
Okay.
Jade throws a chair at him.
Well, that'll do it.
And tries to escape through the glass door to the beach, but naturally he catches her and pins her to the sand sexily. This makes him tumescent, so he has to calm down.
You use the word tumescent. I can't. Hold on. I need to catch my breath. He got a little chub.
Yeah.
And from the sexy sand.
From the chasing.
From the chasing?
Yeah.
It wasn't the pinning, it was the chasing.
It was the chasing.
Is he one of the chasing group of Clecanians?
Not exactly, but we'll learn more about this later.
Okay. I'm skipping ahead. I really like the rituals.
So he has to calm down before throwing her over his shoulder and carrying her to the bathroom. Jade refuses to strip in front of him, so he gives her 10 seconds with his back turned because he fairly assumes she's going to throw the bottle at his head.
Valid, however, he's been doing a lot of fucked up shit, so...
Might be well deserved. They get into the tub, and she asks him why he got a boner when he tackled her on the beach. He tells her chasing turns him on, but doesn't elaborate.
Oh, God, Theo. You're not doing anything for yourself. It's the 3. I would downgrade it to a 2 at this point.
It's a -2.
Just, I think chasing is hot. No further explanations, no blinks.
Theo asks her about her life on Earth, and she says she was a landscape designer and lived alone, but doesn't answer any more questions unless he agrees to answering some of hers. He wants to know about her family, so she shares that her parents died when she was young, her aunt raised her, and then her aunt died, so that's why she didn't really have anybody back home. When asked, he reveals that he has 4 brothers and a sister, but his parents have also passed away, so both of them
Are orphaned.
When Theo asks how her parents died, she admits that her mother died in childbirth, which she's had a lifelong sense of guilt for.
Oh.
Jade is surprised that Theo's really empathetic about this and not being a dick for once, but wants to know if there are any more surprise husband and wife rituals she'll be expected to participate in. He
Fair.
refuses to tell her so as not to ruin the surprise.
Oh my gosh. Not helpful. Not helpful, Theo.
She then asks about his marks, and Theo tells her that his mother was an off-worlder from a planet called Traxia. Traxia is a harsh place where clans are constantly warring with each other, and his mom made a deal with the Clecanians that she would have children with a Clecanian man if they helped her clan from an attack that was coming. The Clecanian mercenaries followed through and protected her clan, and she had 6 children with the Clecanian man, Theo being her first, so he's the eldest of his siblings.
There really is a whole breeding interplanetary bartering system that's going on out here in this corner of the universe.
His mom took Theo to Traxia for a visit when he was 13, and there was an attack on the city that left him with burns all over his body and killed his mother. He wandered the planet alone for weeks until he was finally found, and by then the doctors on Clecania were not able to heal the marks on him, which is why he has all of those scars.
Oh, so they're burn scars that turned into his tattoos?
Yeah, so remember how there are some Clecanians that kind of have those iridescent markings on them? His turned dark as a result of the burns that he got from being on the planet.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why people see them as scars and therefore as unattractive, whereas they look to Jade like tattoos.
Gotcha.
So that's why people see them as scars and therefore as unattractive, whereas they look to Jade like tattoos.
Absolutely.
Yes. She decides to ask him how often he has sex, and he says every few weeks, usually with a married Clecanian woman, but they don't come to him because of his looks. They come to him because he knows how to fuck.
Because he got that 10 on anatomy.
He asks her if she's been with men before, and she asks him to explain in what way, because of course it is a spectrum.
True.
The topic of kissing comes up, and Theo is unfamiliar with it. Apparently it's not something that they do on Clecania.
You don't mouth fuck?
Apparently not.
Well, we may still mouth fuck, but let me teach you something new, boy.
Oh, she will. Don't you worry. After explaining what it is to him, she decides to ask if Asiva can come and visit her, and Theo's a little bothered by this, but agrees if she'll lick his scars like she said she wanted to.
Oh, don't twist my rubber arm.
Jade's like, sure, why not? And after she licks the scar on his neck, Theo starts purring.
Excellent.
The men on this planet vibrate.
Ah, that's really all that's missing.
He's so overcome with arousal that he has to leave the room, but not before warning her to not run away from him again because his Traxian blood will force him to chase her.
Oh, yeah, he is one of the chasers.
Yeah, he can't help himself.
He's a runner. He's a track star. He gets his dick hard to run.
Endorphins.
Yeah.
Can't relate. He gets to his room and immediately starts jacking his shit and thinks about how much he liked being touched by her and how nobody has touched him tenderly since he was a child. 'Cause it's very uncommon on Clecania to show physical affection. Yeah. Theo comes to the conclusion that he's going to have to stay as far away from her as possible now. He's like, fuck catching her as a spy. I need to keep my distance because she's having such an intense effect on me.
Yeah, he's furiously jerking it while trying to come up with epiphanies about his own life.
Meanwhile, Jade is now determined to make Theo like her and wants to make sure she's as close to him as possible, so they have opposite goals here.
Yep.
The next morning, Theo's left breakfast out for Jade, but he's nowhere to be found. She tries to do the dishes, but makes the dishwasher angry and gets sprayed with water.
The Roomba worked, but this one doesn't.
No. Asiva shows up at the door with a few other women and the clothes that Jade ordered. This is where Asiva reveals that Theo is her brother.
Oh, there's a family connection.
Yes.
No wonder she was pitching him so hard.
Yeah, she was like, fuck yeah, marry my brother.
He's super great. Don't talk about those conversation scores.
It's okay. He's great at anatomy, and that's all that matters. Jade lies to her when she asks how they're getting along, and she's like, oh, it's fine.
It's been fabulous. The ritualistic bath went great.
I loved it.
She's standing there. What?
What do you mean ritualistic bath?
What ritualistic bath?
Jade is, we're getting along fine, but I need to get back to Earth. And Asiva asks her why, and Jade doesn't really have a good answer.
She's just feeling homesick.
She starts trying on the clothes and notices that Asiva brought her jewelry and other accessories as well, and is, oh, you brought me extra stuff. Asiva explains that she ordered more things because if Jade shops too frugally, it will make Theo look bad.
Oh no, you have to spend more money to keep up with the Joneses.
How terrible.
Fabulous. What a curse to bear.
I know. On Clecania, housing, food, and medical care are provided for free to all citizens, but any man who chooses not to work and make his own money will not be eligible for a wife. By contrast, the women would be seen as strange for working without being married and trying to have children to save the species. Once they have a child with a man, they're expected to move on to another husband and try to have a child with them for that genetic diversity we talked about before. And the men take on the responsibility of raising the children while the women marry over and over again.
Understood.
Asiva reveals that she has 2 children, but can't really have a relationship with them because it would hurt her more to be near them when she has a duty to fulfill by having more children. So they're kind of forced to keep their distance.
You have to leave your family behind every time you make a new one.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, and that's why Clecanian women are generally raised to be callous and detached because it just makes things easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
Asiva then asks her, really, how are things going with Theo? And Jade tells her about his shenanigans to get her to admit to being a spy. Asiva reveals that the bathing ritual is a lie.
Yup.
So Jade asks her to help her pull a fast one on Theo in return, and Asiva agrees.
I love a little prank, a little sex prank.
The best kind. Theo's adventures of the day have been dedicated to trying to learn more about the transport that brought Jade to Clecania with his buddy Rhaego, who's 7 feet tall and has horns. Can't wait for his book. He returns home to Jade, who's happy to see him even though he's been an asshole 97% of the time. She says she had a nice time in the bath with him, even though the entire thing was sort of against her will, and looks forward to their next one. But the next week she wants to do what Asiva told her was called female's choice, which doesn't exist, but Theo can't admit to without admitting the bathing ritual was a lie.
Oh, so now they think it's a sibling war sex prank. You know, like you have.
As you do. She then says she needs his help with a cut she got on the back of her leg from the bench he broke in the bath last night when he was trying to resist fucking her into oblivion. He tells her to wait in the hallway, but of course she doesn't listen and wanders into his bedroom anyway. And he gives her one of those magic healing sticks, but she insists that she needs his help because she can't reach where she cut herself.
Yeah, you need to do it for me, baby.
Oh no.
Let me arch my neck for you.
Somehow, Theo decides putting his hand around her throat is the right next move, which only makes Jade hornier, which Theo consent, by the way, and we have our first sexy scene.
Oh my word. So she's got some kinks that we haven't really addressed yet.
Because she didn't even know she had them until Theo came along.
Is that so? Okay. That makes more sense because they seem to be very in line with the running and chasing and the chubbing and the choking.
He got 10 and running, chasing, chubbing, and choking.
Exactly.
Theo gets her off, and before she can return the favor, the doorbell rings. It's Zorus, who we met earlier in the book in the council room. He was the one who had offered to take Jade in before it was decided that she'd choose a husband. Zorus is racist against Traxians, so he doesn't like Theo very much. They trade some bitchy comments until Zorus finally reveals why he came, which was to tell Theo that Jade's kidnapping had to have been orchestrated by people at the top for them to get away with it, and that it points to a more sophisticated operation. Theo implies she might be a spy, but doesn't say she's done anything concerning when Zorus asks. They're interrupted by Jade coming out, bringing the smell of her orgasm with her. And Theo practically has to throw Zorus out of the house because the scent of female arousal is a powerful aphrodisiac.
She didn't wear woolly enough underwear. You know, I feel like this is actually a problem because, for me, underwear breathability is key. And I feel like they need the opposite. That's very aggressive.
Truly.
Smother it. Smother your junk. You need to upgrade to metal underwear.
Get the girdle. Theo is a jealous freak about this. He's like, why the fuck did you come out here?
Only I am supposed to smell your pussy.
Pretty much. Then he kind of feels bad for going off on her, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he starts making dinner while Jade sits with Sibo. Jade muses to him that she wishes he liked her.
Everybody's got low self-esteem in this book.
Truly, and he doesn't treat her like he likes her very much, so
No,
it's
hers is very valid.
because she could get used to living in a beautiful house with a cute dog and a hot guy who makes her meals and cleans. She's like, this would be great if you were less of an asshole.
Yeah, if you just worked on all of your personality, things would go much better. This is the mental thought that we've had about a lot of men.
Very true.
If we could just do a minor personality transplant, you'd be perfect.
Yes. When Theo's done cooking, he leaves the house to go confront Asiva about this female's choice thing that Jade brought up. Asiva says that it's something that she made up so Jade can make Theo do whatever she wants for a day.
And the pegging begins.
I love that your mind immediately goes to pegging.
Always.
She's also perplexed at how weirdly jealous and possessive Theo is acting over Jade, because it's not very normal.
No, he keeps running away, saying, you're a spy. I want the spy. You're an assassin. I want the assassin.
She gives him the advice that he might as well enjoy having Jade around for the mandated 3 months rather than being a weird mopey dick about everything.
Ooh, mopey dick.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize I'd done it.
I love it.
I make puns without meaning to all of the time. When he gets home, Jade's asleep on the couch in one of his shirts, and he carries her to bed. Over the next few days, he makes a concerted effort to be better, and he's way nicer. And she does like the change in him, but he also seems kind of neutered and subdued, and she misses him putting his hands around her throat and shit.
It happened that one time, and so I already miss it.
I can't wait for more. That night, it's the female's choice ritual she and Asiva concocted, and Theo nervously makes them dinner. Afterwards, Jade declares that she wants to teach him how to kiss.
Is this happening in front of Asiva?
No, she's not there for this.
Oh, thank God.
No. Turns out Theo's a natural, but he pulls away before things can escalate, and Jade asks him why, and he says he's scared he'll hurt her because she makes him feel like he's going to lose control.
He's going to start chasing her again.
Speaking of which, Jade decides to test out those masculine Traxian instincts and makes a run for it to the woods.
Yeah. Oh, you think you're going to keep it in your pants? Watch this.
When she looks back, she notices his usually green eyes have turned black, which has happened a few times.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He chases her into a clearing, and they finally fuck until she's orgasmed multiple times, and he can make his tongue and other appendages vibrate.
The purr.
Yes.
Oh, what a nice trick. And other appendages? Everyone?
Yep.
Okay.
Theo takes her back to the house, and Jade asks him to stay in her room, which Clecanian women don't usually like, and they cuddle, and he starts purring again.
Vibration in the morning, vibration in the evening, vibration at fucking time.
She asks him what it means, and he says it's a sign of contentment, just like a kitty cat.
It's so sweet.
See, that's the one thing about Clecania that isn't perfect, is I don't think they have cats.
I know.
I'm such a cat lady.
Well, maybe, there's more books.
That's true. That's true. Maybe there's cats
Maybe
in the other
Red
books.
Ab's book. You'll finally get your cat.
I hope so. They fall asleep, and in the morning, Jade gives him his first ever blowy, because Clecanian women don't do that.
Okay.
And he brings her breakfast in the bath and gives her a massage. Clecanian women also can only have sex every 24 hours, and he's amazed when Jade tells him she won't have to wait that long.
Oh, shit. Wow, there are more differences than initially the doctors said.
Yeah.
Because human women having the superior multiple orgasms is way better in this scenario.
Yes.
And they're also all pillow princesses, which no
Yep.
shade on a pillow princess.
Absolutely not.
Pillow princess life is lovely.
Yes.
But sometimes it's fun to be very engaged.
Yeah, it's a give and it's a take, you know?
Mhm.
It's like Chapel Roan says, she's a giver. Jade asks if he still thinks she's a spy, and he admits that he doesn't care if she is.
Yeah, he got a blowjob. I'm not interested anymore.
I don't care.
Listen, steal my secrets. Kill me if you want.
Just what that mouth do. She knows that she's falling for him and hopes that he'll let her stay longer than that mandated 3 months. He's also very fond of her clitoris.
Her outside erogenous zone.
Mm-hmm. He's a big fan. They settle into a comfortable rhythm, Theo marveling that she likes to be touched so often and wants to have sex face-to-face. Clecanian women prefer doggy style.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's how you reach the erogenous zones inside.
Gotcha. It's
Yeah.
physiological, not just, I don't want to look at you.
Yeah. Given that they've been together for almost a month now, Theo explains to her one morning that they'll be expected to attend something called The Gathering, which is a party of sorts. Theo's not excited about it because the men will be swarming Jade, hoping that she'll choose one of them for her next marriage. But Theo's already decided that there won't be a next marriage even if he has to kidnap her.
Oh, he's fucking keeping her.
Yeah, he's full in. That night, he leaves her in their room to check on work and finds a concerning message from Rhaego, horn guy, that there's treachery close to him. It worries him that he might be talking about Jade, but again, he doesn't care how she came into his life. He just cares that she's there. He messages Rhaego to tell him that they'll meet up after the gathering. Jade gets ready for the gathering, and Theo gives her a pair of his mother's old earrings, which is really sweet.
Aww.
She puts on a sexy black dress to complement Theo's tall, dark, and handsome looks.
Yes. Match your dress to his scars.
After giving him another blowy, they head off to the party.
She's got plans, man. This is how you get past the 3-month period.
Truly.
You want to get kidnapped? Give a good blowjob.
This has been Advice with Tess.
I have excellent life advice. Thank you very much.
She does. Don't open your door. And
Don't open your door. Give good blowjobs if you want to get kidnapped.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
They head off to the party where she'll be forced to talk to any Clecanian man who wants to speak with her. They arrive, and she has to be left behind by Theo, who goes to stand with the other husbands. And she's approached by Fejo, the sexy pirate she almost chose before.
Mm.
They chat for a while, and he's, so, why didn't you choose to test me? And she's, you seemed busy.
I've chosen to eat at other restaurants because the wait was too long, so...
Sounds like Jade's with you.
You make your choices based on what's available with the shortest wait time.
Yes. After they chat for a while, she has to talk to more men while Theo seethes in the corner about it. He's so pissed off.
He's just a little grouch. Does she have to talk to all of these men?
She does. It's expected of her.
It's a handshake meet and greet
Yeah.
of all the men you didn't choose.
Exactly. It's kind of a custom. Theo's approached by a Clecanian man named Hellas, who introduces his goons, one of whom is the guard Natus that Jade punched in the eye. He tries to press Theo for more information about his and Jade's sex life, but Theo won't budge because it would be disrespectful. So Hellas jeers that he'll find out more from her next husband.
Oh, gross. Hellas, you suck. I like that he's keeping secrets about her clitoris. No, that's just for me.
That's just my secret button. When he sees someone try to touch Jade, he goes over to interfere, but Asiva stops him because technically he can't get in the way of people wanting to talk to her. It's not allowed. He tells his sister that he wants Jade to stay with him indefinitely, but when Asiva asks if he thinks they're mates, he says, well, my eyes haven't changed. Of course, we as the reader know that they have, more than once.
He just hasn't seen it. Yeah, you can't see your own fucking eyes.
Yeah, it's true.
What a poor system. The only way to know if you're mates is if your eyes change, which you can't see, and only happens when your dick is hard. I'm assuming.
Not exactly, but
it happens often when your dick is hard.
True. Meanwhile, Jade's been approached by a woman who asks what Theo's like and casually drops that she used to fuck him, which you can imagine Jade loves hearing.
Ew, she was a volunteer. Gross.
I think she was one of the married women who used to hook up with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Jade gives her the brush off when Asiva approaches and tells Asiva that she wants to stay with Theo. Asiva's like, that's wonderful, because of course she wants her brother to be happy, and asks if Theo's eyes have changed, and Jade's, yeah, it's kind of freaky, right?
She knows something he doesn't know.
Yep. She's stopped by Zorus when she goes off to find Theo again, who tells her he wants to court her, and when she tries to get away from him, he grabs her, which leads to Theo picking him up and throwing him.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to grab them.
Theo drags her outside and is, well, were you flirting with Zorus? I don't like that he was talking to you.
God,
and of
he's
course
so
that
accusatory.
That pisses her off a lot. And she tells him to go for a run and leave her alone in her room.
You're being a dick again. -5.
He runs off, and Jade is stewing alone in her room about how livid he'd been at the gathering and recognizes it's a major red flag, but she also sees it as an isolated incident.
Okay, so she's leaving it up for judgment.
Yeah.
Based on his behavior going forward. They've only been together for
a month.
Okay, it's a month at this point.
Yeah.
The blowjobs didn't happen day 2.
Unfortunately for Theo, no. She hears the front door open, but Sibo starts growling.
Oh.
And Natus, the guard, comes into the room.
Fucker. No.
Yeah. So
this girl's gonna get kidnapped again, and she gave a good blowjob.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. God damn it.
She wanted to get kidnapped, but not by him.
Not by him. Only by Theo. Sibo tries to attack him to protect her, but he tosses him out of the way and drags Jade to a cruiser where he tells her he's taking her to Zorus.
Fucking shit. This guy almost had her, too.
Yeah.
At the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
He put up a good front of, oh, you'll just stay with me because that's easier.
Yeah. And she was like, nah, which thank goodness she didn't because her instincts were spot on there.
Yeah.
Theo returns to the house planning to eat crow and is intercepted by Zekas and Asiva, who tell him that Jade must be his mate, which explains his psychotic behavior and the color of his eyes changing.
Oh, so you get really possessive over your mate as well?
Yeah, if you haven't fully recognized them as your mate, you hover over them, you're very jealous and all of that.
The drug shakes, the withdrawals from not, I don't know. What does accepting your mate entail?
Just like recognizing that they are admitting it and having your mating marks appear, which he has not yet.
Oh, so you have to say it 3 times in a mirror. I have a mate. I have a mate. I believe in my mate. And then you get your sparkly colors.
Totally.
Mm.
Sure enough, mating marks appear on his wrists, and he's super excited to tell Jade. He overshoots running to her door. He like bolts past it because he's so excited. Because being mated makes you faster and stronger.
Oh, he's going through his second puberty, if you will.
Yes.
His voice is gonna crack. He's gonna jump over a building.
He realizes when he looks inside that Jade's been taken. She's gone. And Sibo is injured, but alive.
Good.
Thank God the dog does not die. And he sends a Siva in to heal Sibo while he goes to find Jade. And this kind of eerie calm comes over him because remember, he's a mercenary. He's been training his whole life.
Dude is
to do this.
Liam Neeson in Taken. I have a very special set of skills. I thought my mate was an assassin/mercenary, but I've found out differently, and now I'm going to track her with my penis.
You have no idea how right you are.
Oh, goodness. I'm imagining him pointing it and being like,
beep, 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 beep.
Exactly. Is that what happens? He just gets harder as he runs in the right direction? Like warmer, colder, but with flaccid and hard.
Jade, meanwhile, is taken to an underground facility by Natus to Zorus, who straps her to a chair. He reveals he's the one who sent the lizard men after her. Zorus says that he's part of a secret society intent on saving the Clecanian species by any means possible, including kidnapping women from other planets for breeding purposes.
He's trying to start an underground sex farm.
Yeah, he's a mad scientist. He believes that long ago, some Clecanians settled on Earth and either mixed with humans or became humans. Breeding experiments on other aliens haven't been successful yet, but he's decided that he's going to artificially inseminate Jade. With his own sample, because of course he is.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what all the bad doctors do, is use their own DNA.
We're with Theo next, who's just finished cutting Jade's kidnappers into lizard steaks with his horned buddy Rhaego.
Oh, yay, Rhaego.
Rhaego's back!
Rhaego showed up just for violence.
I mean, Rhaego is also very excited about the prospect of mates existing again because he's a hopeless romantic at heart. He's a gentle giant.
Oh, so sweet.
And he is determined to help Theo find Jade.
He's a bro.
They decide to go looking for her in the woods where she was originally found because that's probably where the secret bunker is. They wouldn't have had her land far from where they were planning on keeping her. Zekas tells him over the phone that he may be able to sense her since they're mates.
Okay, bring out the dick wand.
Meanwhile, Jade is trying to work out a way to get Zorus to let her out of the restraints and is grossed out by the idea but figures she'll have to sweet-talk him into it. She persuades him that if they have sex instead of artificial insemination, she's more likely to get pregnant and frames it as a win-win because maybe he'll let her be free after, right?
Yeah, she's just trying to get out of those cuffs.
Exactly.
Any means necessary.
So Zorus agrees to this and unties her. On the ground above, Theo's using his penis to search for her.
Really?
No.
Oh, man.
He just has a sense. He has a feeling in his gut kind of thing.
That little tingle at the base of your balls. I'm going to keep going with it. Again,
Yeah.
I haven't read the book, so I'm allowed to imagine whatever I want.
This is true.
Follow the tingle, boys. Rhaego and he run lockstep like the Wizard of Oz.
Follow the tickle in my pickle. Zorus takes Jade into a cafeteria where Natus is sitting, and she manages to snag a knife off the table as Natus and Zorus get into a fist fight over her.
Oh, shit. Okay.
She runs away, but Natus goes after her, and she stabs him, but he hits her really hard, and she falls to the ground. Thankfully, it's Theo and Rhaego to the rescue just in time. They figure out where the facility is, and they get in there.
Great.
Theo viciously attacks Natus as he deserves.
Yep.
And she tells Theo and Rhaego that there are probably other humans imprisoned in the bunker and begs Theo to promise to find them.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Of course there's other people. She wasn't the only person on that ship.
Exactly. Rhaego carries her out, and when she comes to, she's in a hospital bed, high as a kite on painkillers, with Rhaego, Asiva, and Zekas in the room with her. She's been unconscious for several days, but otherwise is fine.
I'd want to be high as a kite after all of that.
Seriously. The men leave, and Asiva asks if Jade was assaulted, to which she says thankfully no, nothing happened. There were humans and other alien species of women found in the underground bunker that were rescued by Theo and Rhaego, but some of the perpetrators escaped. So the network of people abducting women from other planets is still alive and well.
Red flags abound.
Seriously, it's a planet full of them. Asiva tells Jade that she and Theo are mates, which is why he was acting so insane before. She also tells her, Jade, you're pregnant.
Oh my, that was quick.
Yeah, we have a surprise pregnancy trope in the house.
Yeah. She's not at all terrified of birth.
I mean, she's just found out, so she's kind of processing it.
But her mom died in childbirth.
That's
Does
true.
she have some feelings about this?
That's a
or-
good point. She doesn't. She's surprised by it, but she's mostly happy.
Yay!
Yeah, so at least she's pleased with it. But yeah, these alien books and their pregnancies,
Yeah, they do
man.
love them. I mean, the whole plot hinges on a population crisis. so-
True. Theo shows up and begs Jade for forgiveness for how he acted at the gathering, and he tells her that he completely understands if she doesn't want to stay with him.
Oh, he's still got low self-esteem even
Well-
after she licked him.
And also, he did act crazy.
This is his grovel.
Yeah.
This is the moment to do it. Absolutely. 100%. You gotta prostrate yourself fully.
Exactly. She assures him that she wants to stay together and also tells him that they're going to have a baby. In the epilogue, we learn that Clecanian pregnancies only last 6 months, and Jade is 5 months along at this point.
Frickin' sweet.
Yeah,
sweet,
right?
small-headed kids. That's what we all want.
Yes.
That's the real fantasy here. I'm not worried about pregnancy, but small-headed kids are great.
Oh, seriously. They're preparing for a gender reveal party where Jade meets 3 of Theo's brothers, Izor, Maxu, and Auzed. His brother Luca, however, is suspiciously absent from the party. It's revealed that the baby is a girl, which obviously everybody is stoked about.
Yes.
And that's the end of choosing Theo.
I love it. It's so fun.
Isn't it?
It's very light, the kink, but
Yes.
it's there. I could feel it. I wish them so much choking and chasing. They seem like such a sweet little couple.
Yeah, they really are. You root for them throughout it, even though Theo's being himself. He gets there.
Everybody self-sabotages every once in a while, but many things are cured with good oral sex. With a good bath and a choke.
That is true. There are so many other books in the series, so I strongly encourage you to read not only Choosing Theo, but the rest of the books in the series. Like I said, I've been burning through them real fast because they're so fun. It's just a great series. I haven't read anything else by this author, but once I'm done with the Clecanian book series, I believe she has more, and I'm definitely excited to delve into those as well. And maybe we'll cover another book from another series by her because she's a really fun writer, and these books are addictive. I burn through them so fast. I'm like reading them instead of sleeping. They're so fun.
That's exclusively when I do my reading, is instead of sleeping.
As we do.
The fact that I don't have clinical insomnia is shocking at this point in time.
True dat.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Yes, we will see you next time. And check out our other episodes if you haven't yet. If this is the first time you've listened to us, we hope you enjoyed it. If it's not the first time, we hope you come back.
Yes. Send us any book suggestions.
Yes.
We are bookemporium@gmail.com.
And if you want to follow us on social media, we are Book Emporium Podcast on Instagram because they would not let us put porn in the name, unfortunately.
This is our constant running gripe.
Yes.
Thank you all for listening. See you next time. Bye.